Welcome to Making a Color Wheel. So I'm starting out the video with my first attempt, and you will notice that my lines are a bit haphazard with the paintbrush, and instead of moving from the center of the triangle and working out towards the outer edge of the page, I began by making horizontal strokes. And the end result doesn't look as clean and finished as it does here on my second attempt. The other thing I want you to take note of is that I drew very light pencil lines from each corner of the paper so that I had some place to start. And you always want to begin with yellow. Again, note that the brush strokes should be from the center of the page and working evenly outward towards the outer edge of the paper. This gave a much cleaner result. And you want to have blue on one side of yellow and then red on the other side. Make sure you clean your brush thoroughly in between each color so that you don't have a crossover. You can also note that I left a little bit of space in between the red and blue triangle so that I could mix colors. So in between there, we are going to have orange on one side and green on the other. And I left space so that I could do both a dark green and a light green. You can approach your purple in two different ways. You can use the purple straight out of the paint set, as I did here, or you can mix the red and the blue to make purple, whichever you choose. I did it by mixing on my first attempt. The second attempt, I decided that the color was close enough to go ahead and use the purple straight out of the paint set. And here you can see I am beginning to start working on my secondary colors, which are going to be orange, and then green, again, I did two shades of orange. So one would be considered a secondary color, and the other would be a tertiary color. Okay, now when we get to the purple part, and you are mixing purple and blue, notice that I used the palette above the paints for mixing those colors, and then I put the color into that empty triangle. So you can play with the color a little bit and make it more blue when you are close to the blue, and then there is room to make it a bit darker once you get closer to purple. This is not an exact science. This is just having some fun with colors so that you can start to begin to understand warm and cool colors, primary colors, which are of course red, blue, and yellow. Secondary colors, orange, green, and purple, and then tertiary colors, which are colors basically outside of that range, all of which can be made from your primary colors. Okay, now the next step in this process is take your camera. I'm hoping you have a phone, and you want to take a picture of yourself from a profile, which means the side portion of your face. And I simply printed it out as large as my piece of paper. And then I used that and I cut it out. I put the printout on the black paper and just cut out the profile pic. And then you have two choices at this point. You can use the inner black image and write on the outside, or you can do as I've done in this illustration and add notes on the inner part. And what I want you to do is write about how does each color make you feel. So, and then tape it all together on the back side using Scotch tape. And you will either take a picture and upload it into Schoology for me, or you can turn it in physically at the end of the month. All right, have fun.